So hello patriots and fellow human beings. Today we're going to play a little game that I like to call Life. I bet you thought I was going somewhere different with that, but no, I'm talking about human lives. You know, a life is a valuable thing, and you can't just throw it down the toilet. You got to make something of yourself. You got to, if you can't like be someone like big and successful, somebody that everybody adores and admires, then what you got to do, let me tell you, you got to become a parent. A parent is the most important thing that a human can be, because when you're a parent, that basically guarantees that there's a chance that one of your offspring might become successful, unlike you were never able to become. Is that rude of me to say? Maybe, I don't know, but it's darn true, is it not? Now, as somebody who's dabbled in the creative arts before, I can tell you that it's really nice to be appreciated on something that you've made in the past from people that you don't know, and maybe they're telling their own side of the story a little bit more than you'd like them to do, but I mean, what is it? I fell in the water. What is it to you if somebody sings your praises and you never get to do the same thing? It's not really an issue. In fact, you shouldn't be singing your own praises, because if you do that, that makes you kind of a lousy person, wouldn't you say? Like, nobody needs to be told that what they're doing is good or beneficial or talented or whatever. They should just do what they like to do without having to make a big stink about it. There is a model, I'm not going to mention any names, but she is one of the first heavy models in the world, especially in the US, where we're super conceited about weight and appearances. And one thing that bothers me that she always does is talk about how beautiful she is, even though a model should never have to talk herself up. She should just let her own work do the talking. But this model always talks about how beautiful she is and how, like, maybe talented or good looking or whatever it is that she does, that she just talks about all the time in a way that makes me feel weird, because it's just not, it doesn't seem genuine, you know? It doesn't seem like a genuine thing to do. And let me tell you what right now, so there's no confusion, I have no problem with plus-sized models or women. You know why? Because I think that everybody is beautiful in their own special way, except for people with Treacher. What are you doing? That's not a very good disease to have, so quit having that disease of the genome. It's, you know what, it's unwelcome in my opinion. If you got Treacher, just leave. Please don't watch my channel. But if you don't got Treacher, if that's the only thing that you have, then I don't care. I mean, I do care, but excuse me. If you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're skeleton mode, I don't care. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful human being. I'll pinch your cheeks. I'll pinch your other cheeks, the ones that aren't so proper to mention in proper oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. I don't care. I'll pinch your cheeks. I'll pinch both of your cheeks. Both of the sets of the cheeks that you have. Is that weird of me to say? I don't know. You're the one who thinks it's weird. If you think it's weird, then I promise I won't do that to you. But if you don't think it's weird and we're just having a fun time, we're telling jokes, then whatever, it's not a problem. I'm going to hit these scrubbing bubbles until they destroy this fan. Oh, I apologize. I've been having a rough day. It's been a long day at work. I was there for like 10 hours last night trying to get everything taken care of before I had to leave, and before I could leave I had to get everything taken care of, so it was kind of a horrible combination of events that led up to me being in such a bad mood today. But let me tell you what, if you're a beautiful person, I don't care what you do. If you're beautiful, if you think that you're beautiful, let me tell you what, honey, I think you're beautiful too. I will never contest, I will never talk you down. You deserve to have all the love and compliments and beauty that you get. So go to your Twitter or your Facebook or your Tumblr page and talk about how beautiful you are. I'll be the first person to upvote you. Just send in me your Tumblr link and your Twitter link and your, what was the other thing, the Facebook? Send me a Facebook. I'll like all your pictures. I'll like every single one of your pictures. All the selfies, all the friend pictures where you're at the zoo with the gorillas, with a crack in the glass because you're beating your chest and pissing them off. I'll do that. I seriously didn't get the crystal. Okay, well, I guess we're going back in. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. If you're going to go to the zoo, please don't piss off the gorillas. The gorillas get mad real easy. If you beat your chest like Tarzan does when he's calling out his name to all the other gorillas in Gorilla Jungle, don't do that. The gorillas hate that. They hate that a lot. They take that as a sign of a challenge, and if you're trying to challenge a gorilla, let me tell you what, sister, you're gonna lose. Gorillas are strong as fuck. They're basically pure muscle. They are pretty much just muscle, and they will rip you to shreds, lady. They will do that because they're gorillas. They don't care about you and your beliefs and your ideas. They just think to themselves, well, that's a human. That's a human being. They look kind of like me, but they kind of don't. Thanks, evolution. We're different in such a degree that I can't even I can't hurt them without it being a hate crime or whatever. Good. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad you got to see that. So please, Misters and Mrs. with Treacher Collins disease, don't, on my channel, don't have Treacher Collins disease. Don't piss off gorillas. Gorillas are mean. Gorillas are rude. I don't recommend being rude to rude apes. I consider you a rude ape if you're mean to me. So please, we're just trying to have a good time. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to build a community here. I'm trying to build a group of people who can love and laugh and live like the book says to do. Which book am I talking about? Love, live, laugh, eef. What am I talking about? I don't know. I got shocked by the eel. The Bible, of course. The Bible is the book I'm talking about. That Bible's talking about a lot of stuff. There's a lot in there. They cover a lot of ground. And it just has a lot of really good points, ladies and gentlemen, that you should probably adhere to. Maybe not subscribe to, because a lot of people, I don't like to push religion. Religion is an important thing to a lot of people, and I don't like to push it on people. Because I do subscribe to the Catholic belief system, and I would never, let me tell you, I would never tell anybody who did not subscribe to the Catholic belief system to do so, because we do believe in a lot of crazy things, like a Saint Peter and a Saint Barnabas and whatever else. I don't know because I don't follow it that closely, but there's a lot to consider, and I don't want to be the guy to tell you what to consider as far as your religion goes. Maybe you're Jewish, I don't know. I do use the word boychik and meshugana a lot, but that doesn't make me Jewish. That just means that maybe I had some Hebrew ancestors who were okay with their offspring being raised in a different religious belief system as they were. Excuse me. I mean, that's true. I had some ancestors from Poland who, let me just say, they went through some things in the past, in the 1940s. They went through some things that normal people shouldn't have to go through. That's kind of a lot for people, and I'd just like to say that they are heroes in my book. They really speak to me on a spiritual level, and that's not just me being like, I'm not just talking up my family for no reason. I would never do something like that. Like, you don't care about who I'm related to, so it doesn't matter what their names are, right? So I'm related to Mikhail Raskolnikov, and he's a nice guy. Maybe you heard of him. He was the comptroller at the train station in Little Densbury. So he had a lot on his plate, and he couldn't be dealing with anti-Semitism. So really what he did was he changed his religion to Catholic like his wife was, and they became a ascetic. Oh, I got tripped by the trap. So him and his wife, Mariana, they were both Catholics, even though Raskolnikov, my grandpa, he was raised Jewish, and he believed in the Jewish faith up until he met Mariana, which was my grandma's name, Mariana. And so what they did was they raised my mother and my father to be Catholic because they thought that would be easier for them here in the States. They thought that maybe it made more sense to have them be Catholic because it was closer to being true Christian without being true Christian. Now, the Catholics do believe in a lot of crazy things, and that's not to say that the Catholics are crazy. I'm just saying that they believe in some things that maybe not everybody thinks the same thing, and that's, that's wrong of me to say out loud. It sounds weird when I say it out loud, but when I internalized that thought, it made sense to me at the time. So please, let me off the hook easy on this one. I mean, like I said, religion is a touchy subject, and I would never want to be on the brunt end of the anti-Semitism stick like a lot of Jews have had to be in the past. I guess I technically am Jewish if you consider Judaism to be a religion, or to be a like a race, like some people do. If you consider that to be the case, then yes, I guess I technically am Jewish, but I was not raised Jewish, so it's not something that I subscribe to as part of my beliefs. Like I said, I'm Catholic, St. Barnabas, St. Peter, at the pearly gates, whatever. It was all the same thing to me at the time growing up as a child because I didn't understand any of it in the first place. Oh, Jesus, we got some guerrilla action going on here. Okay, hold on just a second. Oh, I got dead. I think maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that part altogether. Oh, you can see the gorilla in the background. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so we're going to continue on. Actually, if you... Now, I'm not a huge video game advocate, but if you liked playing video games in the past, you might notice that the tall castle island in the background is actually the castle island from the first Crash Bandicoot game, which is the second one of what I'm playing right now. If you were so inclined to play video games, which I understand it if you... Okay, so this is kind of a problem here. This is kind of an issue for me. I can't get past the blowy head man. So, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this one short before I finish the room, and we're going to call it a day. Okay, thank you guys. Be back soon. Bye. Mwah.